What is the difference between CPK and PPK? Hey there, I'm Arun Sharma. I'm founder of Submastery. Submastery is helping working professionals in getting aid in life and career. If you see these two like CPK and PPK, like it is much time it is discussed. Like, is there any difference between these two? Yes, there is a difference between these two. What is that? Let's try to understand this. When you say CPK, it stands for Process Capability Index. When you say PPK, it stands for Process Performance Index. Yes, first the name itself, right? One is CPK, Process Capability Index. The other is Process Performance Index. So that's the terminology which is basically being used to distinguish between CPK and PPK. Now, if you look at like CPK, basically CPK is calculated in the process in the which is a regular production during regular production, right? And PPK is calculated at the time of new product development. So first difference is that the timings when these studies should be conducted. So if you look at CPK, Process Capability Index, so that will be calculated at the time when you have regular production, and PPK, Process Performance Index, will be calculated initially at the time of new product development when you have less number of sample. Number two, when you talk about like Process Capability Index, CPK, there are like subgroups because you will take different readings at different times. So there will be different subgroups, like you will take 5 samples or 7 samples. So there will be range at different intervals. So there will be like subgroup, right? There will be range. But when it comes to Process Performance Index, you will be taking like 50 to 100 or samples. So there won't be any range, right? And for that reason, we also see the calculation of sigma also vary. In case of CPK, Process Capability Index, the sigma which is used is R bar by D2. R bar by D2. D2 is a constant and is a statistical constant which is used for X bar R chart. And R bar you find out because there is a range. In case of Process Performance Index or PPK, the way you calculate sigma is differ. It's simply the standard deviation formula, and there is no range. So it's STD EV of you can take the sigma, so you can use the even Excel formula. So difference is that sigma in case of Process Capabilities Index, CPK, you calculate sigma is equal to R bar D2. In case of Process Performance Index, PPK, because there are no range, for that reason you take direct method of standard deviation. In case of Process Capability Index, it is assumed that there are like what do you try to identify? You try to see, you think that there are like the process is stable and there are no special causes. So there is a common cause variation itself, right? And that's what you look at, like if there are any special causes, that's what you want to identify, but you assume that there are common causes in the system. In case of process performance, you assume that the process is unstable and there might be both like common and as well as the special cause of variation. Okay, so that's the difference between these two. To summarize, CPK stands for Process Capability Index, PPK stands for Process Performance Index. CPK is calculated during regular production, PPK is calculated at the time of new product development. In the CPK, the formula for sigma will differ. It will be R bar by D2. In case of Process Performance Index, it will be standard deviation. In case of Process Capability CPK, there will be a range, there will be subgroups. In case of Process Performance, there won't be any subgroup. In case of Process Capability CPK, you assume that the process is statistical stable and it has only common cause of variation. In case of Process Performance Index PPK, you assume that process is unstable, it has both common and special cause of variation, right? And there is one more difference, like process performance PPK, it is said that it's a past performance, and when we calculate CPK, it basically indicates what is going to happen in future, right? So that's a broad difference between these two. I hope you got an understanding. So for more detail, you can visit www.submastery.com, submastry.com, and you can subscribe to our free courses, and we do have membership paid programs, and you can have a look at that. Till then, I'll see you in another episode. Thank you very much. Do share this with your friends. Thank you. Signing off, Arun Sharma from Submastery.